Hello, my name is Joshua Sweeten. This is a hands-on intro to HydroShare that will equip you with the knowledge necessary to dive into HydroShare on your own after you finish watching. Specifically, I'm going to show you how to use HydroShare to find data and models, as well as show you how to upload your own. Let's say that I'm currently researching water quality in Utah Lake, located in, you guessed it, Utah. Before I pack up my gear and head off to the lake to collect samples, I'm going to first check out hydroshare.org and see if there are already data available that are applicable to my research. HydroShare is an open source repository made specifically for hydrologic researchers to help them find, share, and publish data and models. In short, HydroShare is to data and models as YouTube is to videos. After signing in, I click on the Discover tab in the menu to navigate to a list of data and models, known in HydroShare as resources. I'm looking for data related to water quality in Utah Lake, so I'll search using the keywords Utah Lake and water quality to narrow my search. Look at all these related resources. Let's check this one out, Water Quality Utah Lake's app data. Luckily for me, HydroShare is designed to make finding metadata simple and intuitive, allowing me to understand how well this resource will work for my project in just a few quick glances. Here, I have a general overview of the authors, resource type, when the resource was created, and more. The abstract provides me with a simple summary of the data. Spatial metadata is also included, as well as a pre-generated citation. This resource looks applicable to my research, so I'm going to download it for analysis. I can right-click and download individual files, or use this button to download the entire resource as a zipped file that includes all its metadata. Remember, if you use someone else's metadata from HydroShare, please make sure to copy the citation and include it in your reference list in your research articles. I'm going to look into the data I just downloaded and then head off to collect my own data from the lake. Hey, I'm back from driving the research boat around Utah Lake and collecting water quality samples. I've got a great tan now, perks of being a civil engineer, and I'm ready to upload my data to a new HydroShare resource that I can share with the community. Since I'm already logged in, I click the Create button located in the top right corner. I'm given a drop-down of different resource types. I'm going to select Resource, which is the most basic file storage method in HydroShare. I will name my resource Utah Lake Phosphorus Levels and click Create. Much of the resource metadata is automatically generated by HydroShare, so I'll start my resource by adding an abstract. Anytime you edit your resource, be sure to save changes to avoid losing your work. I need a few keywords that will make my resource discoverable to those who would like to find it. Let's choose the keywords Utah Lake, water quality, and phosphate, and click the green Add button. HydroShare gives the option to provide spatial metadata to my resource. As you can see, it doesn't work to try to zoom in and out on the map with the scroller on my mouse. To pan and to zoom, I need to click and drag and use the plus and minus buttons here. I can either mark my spatial reference with a point, or I can draw a box around the area. Both of these options are located at the top of the map. I'm going to leave the box and add a name. Again, make sure to save changes. Now I'm ready to upload my data. I click the green Add Files button to add my files. Once I have my files uploaded, I can add file type metadata to each file by clicking the green Add Metadata button to the right. I don't have any additional metadata, so I'm going to list my references. Some of my data came from the resource I looked at earlier, so I'm going to include a citation to that resource. Related resources refer to other research that references my resource. If this resource gets referenced in a future article, I can add that article as a related resource. Let's say my research was funded by the National Science Foundation. I will include that under the credits section in funding agencies. I also don't want to slight the many people who contributed to my research, so I will recognize them underneath contributors. I can add existing HydroShare members, people who aren't members yet, and even organizations. A citation for my resource is automatically generated by HydroShare. I'm going to leave the license as Creative Commons Attribution, which means anyone can use my resource, as long as they give me credit for it. I could change the license to one of these other licenses if I decided. Finally, I want to give access to my professor that I'm doing this research for. I can manage access by clicking on the icon of the person with a plus sign next to them. Here, I can give access to groups or individuals for collaboration and make my resource shareable or not. I will add my professor and make him an owner of the resource, which means he can edit and delete and share the resource just as I can. I will make the resource public and shareable so that other people can view it for their own research purposes. Now I can view my resource. And that's it. I just created an easily citable, shareable, and discoverable resource that others can now use to advance their own research. HydroShare makes finding, sharing, and publishing data and models simple. Good luck in your own use of HydroShare, and look out for another video in this series on how to use HydroShare for groups and collaboration.